Welcome back to Fox 5 on the Hill live this Sunday morning. In the United Kingdom this morning, messages continue to pour in from around the world. They're for Princess Kate Middleton, who, as you know, announced that she has been treated for cancer. The Princess of Wales is undergoing chemotherapy right now. She'd not been seen in public since last December. The princess said in a video in the last few hours that she and Prince William are focusing on their family. So we want to welcome back in Hilary Fordwich. She is a longtime royal commentator, and you've been with us before. A lot of people are touched by this, and there does seem to be a genuine outpouring of care for this young woman right now. But it was preceded by a lot of questions about what was going on here. Why do, and not only Americans, but people around the world, why is there this continual focus on this family?
Well, Tom, pleasure to be back, although ghastly circumstances to be here at the moment. Why is there such fascination with this family? Actually, I'll give you something that an American said to me. I prefer to stick to facts and data. But let me give you something an American said. He said to me, we get all the pomp and circumstance and soap opera, and we don't have to pay for it. But on a serious note, I would say in the British Isles, there's often, somebody has asked me before on air, you know, how much this costs the British public? What do they think about this family? And I said, do you know it costs less than a pint of beer to fund them every single year from the British public? So here's an institution. They're not just a family. They're a family that represents a 1,000-year continuity of history. I would say, Tom, in a nutshell, it's all about continuity and stability. And last but not least, I'll give you the British perspective about not having a royal family here in America, right? Yeah. They look across the pond and they see who we have as president. Now, our audience might love Trump, or they might love Obama, or whoever they love as president. Go back to Truman, that was, you know, the Queen first met Truman. Go back all those presidents and think about the ones you love and you don't love. Well, we're divided as a nation here in the United States, whereas it's uniting in the United Kingdom.
One of the other parts of the continuity of this has been, though, that individuals throughout the course of the royal history have been built up, especially in the modern media world, and then torn down.
Yes.
Again and again and again. Is there any chance that that pattern will be able to be broken? Because tragically, we saw it come to a horrible end with Diana.
Yes, we did.
And we have now seen it repeated of late with, you know, Prince Harry. We've seen it again now with Kate Middleton, about the speculation that went on in her Photoshop incident before that. Will there ever be a point where people just take these folks as face value instead of interjecting wild whatever conspiracy theories onto whatever it is they're doing?
I don't think it will ever stop. And I would say this about, you know, history. Look at what Oscar Wilde said, or listen to what Oscar Wilde said. He said the only thing that's worse than not being talked about is being not talked about. Right. They're no longer irrelevant. There are other countries that Americans can't name any princesses of royal families in other nations. So if they weren't talked about, if they weren't relevant at all, that would not be good for the royal family. So we have to look at the positive side, make lemons out of lemonade.
This comes at a time, though, when Prince Charles III has also announced previously that he had been diagnosed with cancer. He had talked at the beginning of his reign of being, you know, a smaller, more compact royal family, possibly more transparent. Have they met that challenge, though, in this crisis? You're
right. He actually terms it a slimmed-down monarchy. The issue, I think, we're going back to your points about the conspiracy, the issue around that photograph and many other issues and missteps they made, I think that's due to the slimmed-down staff, because a slimmed-down monarchy means a slimmed-down staff. There are a lot of good people who are under an immense amount of pressure behind the scenes, and that accounts for some of the missteps. I think the slimmed-down monarchy, though, is in response to the pressures of, as you said, the media scrutiny regarding finances and regarding the royal family as an institution. But you are seeing the Princess Royal, the King's sister, step up, Princess Anne, and his younger brother, Prince Edward, and his wife, Sophie. He's now the Duke of Edinburgh. They've stepped up. So I think in the long run, what she did, what Princess Catherine did in terms of that video message, she did not have to do, Tom. My answer is, in the long run, I believe, and I predict it's going to go down, as the Queen said, when she said she'd dedicate her life to duty. This video is going to go down in history as setting things straight.
Cancer is a horrible disease. Any family who's ever dealt with it knows that. It's got to be particularly deal with it in public media circles the way they have. Hilary Fordwich, so great to have you here to lead some expertise and analysis to what we've all been watching the last.
Absolutely, Tom.
All right.